Would you like lots of weeping or twisted vines, but you don't want to go to the nether because the piglin's just going to eat your face? Well, I've got an option here where you can grow either twisted or weeping or both in 3 different ways without going to the nether to get it. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, in my Minecraft 1.16 Nether Update Farm series. Well, today we are looking at vines, both weeping vines and twisted vines, and how we can get lots and lots of them without having to go farming for loads in the nether, because the piglins or the hoglins or goodness only knows what are going to eat our faces whilst we're in there. Let's do it safe in the overworld, and I'm going to show you how. Each of these 3 farms comes in 3 different versions. Version 1, which is the natural method, version 2, which is the manual method, and version 3, which is the automatic method. I'm going to show you all of them. Everything you need to make this farm is inside the chest. So you need a chest, a hopper, a rail, a minecart with hopper, 19 structural blocks, 5 blocks of glass, 1 of the vines, whether it's twisting vine or the weeping vine, observer, a piston, 1 dot of redstone, crimson stairs or any other stairs for that matter, just 1, and a dirt if you're using the twisting vines. You do not need the dirt if you're using the weeping vines. Now optionally, if you want to go to the manual or to the automatic method, you require a dispenser, a lever, redstone dust, another 4 for the weeping, for the twisting, and another 3 for the weeping, bone meal, loads of it depending on how much you want to do, about 5 blocks of cobblestone, doesn't have to be cobblestone but a conductive block, and completely optionally 3 more steps. We're going to do the twisting vines version of this farm first. Put a single chest in. You could put a double chest if you wish, but there's really no need. Hopper into the back of that and a rail on top of the hopper using shift click. Then put a minecart with hopper on top of the rail. Do not remove the rail, it needs to be there. Then I'm going to use crimson hyphae. Do you need to use crimson hyphae? Of course you don't, but it's fun. This is weeping vines, so go opposite and use the crimson version. Come along the back there and make sure it's too high, and then stick some dirt on top. I'm using dirt because it's easy to get hold of. Then get yourself a dispenser, and on the side face a dispenser in towards that dirt, and then get yourself an observer and come behind and put an observer so the redstone bum is facing out the back and the redstone face is facing towards the front. Get another crimson hyphae and put it right there. That is stage 1. All you need to do now is put a piston on top of that observer like that. Not a sticky piston, a normal piston. Increase the crimson hyphae there and there by pressing shift click on top of the dispenser, and you are phase 1'd. Now bring this farm up at least another couple of levels. If you want to, you can bring it up another 3 levels. That's because a version of this farm is going to collect more of this twisted vines than other versions, and you want the height to accommodate the best option. Put a roof on it like that and you are pretty much good to go. Put glass, that one's a temporary, there, there, there and there. Don't put it there just yet, although we will be doing in a moment. Then grab yourself some crimson stairs and pop the crimson stairs upside down on that dirt, just so as it hides the ugly dirt. Now version 1 of this farm is really simple at the back. Get yourself a conductive block. I'm just going to use cobblestone because I can, that's dead easy. Then get yourself a dot of redstone and pop it on top of the conductive block. Make sure it looks like the spider and not the butcher's blood. If you right click it, it does change, so make sure it looks like that spider shape, otherwise it won't work. That is it. Literally that is it. So get your twisting vines, pop your twisting vine in there, and then get some glass and cover it over. That is the simplest version of the farm. The way this is going to work is this is going to wait for that twisting vine to actually grow. It grows slowly, but it does grow, and every time it sees it grow, the observer will see a state change in the bottom of those twisting vines. The one above will get pushed off by the piston and will be collected into that chest. However, that is quite slow, so you can come to version 2, and version 2 puts a lever right there and put some bone meal inside the dispenser. That is the only change you need to make for version 2, and what you can do is you can just keep flicking that lever and that will cause the bone meal to dispense onto the vines, and every time it does, it creates a brand new vine. That then collects in the chest. Version 3 is the automatic version. It's actually dead simple. It's barely anything extra. Put cobble there, there. Put a cobble there, and then get redstone and run it all the way around. And that's creating a loop. Every time the observer fires, it puts a redstone fire into this block, which fires the piston, but also fires this redstone all the way around and fires the dispenser as well. Now, this won't work until the vine changes. So you could either wait if you wish, put your glass there and be ready, and the first time that vine grows, that is going to set it off automatically. Or if you wish, you can take it out and you can place the vine now. Now this is why we haven't put this bottom glass into it, because when we put a vine here, it is going to go nutty like that. Just keeps on growing. You'll see sometimes the vine grows up to the top. If you want to stop it, just flick that lever and that locks that hopper without anything happening. The observer will still fire itself, that's no problem, and if that grows on its own, it will continue to collect it. However, the automation is not there. If you lock it off again, you have to again wait for that vine to start growing before you go mad. You can then put 3 upside down crimson steps just there to hide up that minecart, but it's entirely up to you. Let's have a go at the weeping vines now. It's a little bit different. Now this farm starts in exactly the same way as the last one. We pop in a single hole and we put in a chest there. Take one out the back, put in a hopper, put a rail on top using shift click, and then get a minecart with hopper on top of that rail like that. Again, do not remove the rail. We're then going to get, this time, some warped hyphae because we're doing the hanging one. Again, we're going opposites because I can. And then we're going to come up the same height as we did with the last one. And then a warped hyphae on the top. Now, get yourself any kind of block there. If you wish, you don't have to. You can actually leave it completely open. But if you want to put a warped hyphae there just to block it off, you can. You're quite happy to leave it open. And then come to the top, because the top is where it's at the moment. We need to take out that one, and we need to take out that one, and grab ourselves our observer onto the top like that, so the redstone bum is facing outwards, and then get ourselves our dispenser and put the dispenser so as it's facing in like that. That's perfect. And then what we're going to be able to do is get ourselves our glass and bring the glass all the way from this bottom one here up to every pit but the last part. Now come around the back, because we need to put in a piston here as well, which I've not done, I've realized. Take that piston out, pop that there. There we go, we're good to go. Now bring yourself a little bit of cobble, just nick that cobble from there, and put the cobble on the back of the piston, not on the back of the observer. Then get your redstone dust and pop redstone like that. That is completely finished. Now stage 1 of this farm just needs one more thing, and that is the weeping vines to be placed at the top, and that is it. What will happen is those weeping vines will grow downwards in exactly the same way as those vines go upwards, and there will be a state change in that block that the observer will see. It will let out a redstone fart, which will light up that redstone, which will hit that block, which will fire the piston, and that will be collected in the thing below. Perfect. But what about stage 2 and stage 3? That's too slow. Stage 2 couldn't be simpler. Just on the block below that dispenser, put yourself a lever, and in the dispenser you want to be putting in some bone meal like that. And then exactly the same as we did with the last one, just keep flicking that and you'll see that those weeping vines will grow every time. Some are flicking out there because I've not got the glass on the front. Ignore that, it never happened. And that collects up down here. Very, very simple. Stage 3, however, is even more simple, really, if you think about it. Come around here, 1 and 2 with pieces of cobble, and just loop that around. Now what will happen is every time those weeping vines grow, we're going to get that loop that we did here, and it's going to go completely mental again. So I'm just going to make it happen by taking that out and placing it in, and just putting the glass there so as it doesn't come out the front. That can carry on and carry on and carry on until you've either run out of bone meal or you are bored of the noise. If you are, flick that switch, that locks that dispenser, and it just goes on to phase 1 again. But in the meantime, you've collected plenty of weeping vines. And just like the other one, you can sit there with some warped steps just to make it a little bit prettier and hide up that minecart with hopper. You could of course combine it into a single system. You've got the twisted vines at the bottom and the creeping vines at the top. If you come around the back, all we've done is we've stepped up the redstone, so if any one of them fires, it fires both of them. So you could have an equal number. You can remove that bit if you just want to do one or the other. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to go mad and crazy and just test that out a little bit by coming in and replacing that one there. You can see that's doing both of them at exactly the same time. Now you do need to lock them individually. So there, that'll only stop the one. It won't stop the other one until you lock that too. But it's a really fun way of getting lots and lots of vines in the overworld. That is a really easy and simple way of getting your weeping vines or your twisted vines in high numbers in the overworld without having to go into the nether and basically risk getting your face eaten by goodness only knows what whilst you're over there. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying it, and I will keep on making it. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.